I hear people say we stop our job and then we quit our school and we do. There are people that are working as directors and managers and MDs and CEOs of vibrant financial companies and organizations that are paying them millions. No one knows them. They will die as non-entities. But a platform was given to you. We're given platforms. Platforms have been given to us. To be known, to have a voice, to be accepted, to travel around, to know places. And now, even traveling places to know places, using it as a weapon against the man who gave you that opportunity through the inspiration of God. May God have mercy on us. May God have mercy on us. Somebody said, is this your issue? Any issue about the church is my issue. What's wrong with us? Who has bewitched us? Who has bewitched us? Why are we so Ghanaian? Why are we so selfish? Why are we so envious? Why are we so diabolic? Why are we so wicked to ourselves? That will celebrate everything that is from outside. Will celebrate everything that is foreign. And discredit anything that is born among us. Any good thing among us, we'll paint it black. Which of our bishops, which of our fathers, which of the senior first generation charismatic pastors call themselves perfect? Whoever called themselves perfect? Whoever came perfection? Which one among us, the next generation to them, can call ourselves perfect? Let's stop this hypocrisy. If you're not happy with the system, you're not happy with the system. You walk. If you think there's a better way of establishing another system, try it and see. Try it and see. Try it and see. But never mock a man whose struggle you have never gone through. Never mock a man whose position you have never attained. Never mock a man. Never disrespect a man whose responsibility you have not handled before. Never ridicule a man whose height you have never attained. Because when a man is high up, it is very easy to see if there's a hole under his trousers. And the reason why you see it is because you are down. By the time you climb that ladder to be where he is, maybe you will not just have a hole under your trouser. Maybe your trouser would have torn and become a skirt. Stop this thing. Let's stop this. Let's stop this thing. Talk about structure. Talk about the structure. Don't like the structure. Why are you there? Why were you there all this while? Since when did you realize that it's not the best structure? Since when did you realize that there are favoritism in the structure? Since when did you realize that there are favoritism in the structure? Are all men equal? Are all men equal? Do we sometimes pray that we will be favored? That when we don't qualify to be, we will be favored by God so that men will appoint us to those positions. So why is it a problem when another person gets favored and it's not you? We have been there and someone just came and the person has been promoted. What about if you were there and you didn't do what the person just came and did? What about if you were there and you didn't have the qualification? Because sometimes we are not even true to ourselves. That we don't even have the qualification, the exposure, the experience, the character for vacancies that are available. We are not even truthful to ourselves. Sit there, and because you are not happy with the decision, you are not happy with the verdict, you are not happy with changes, you are not happy with something that offended you personally or hurt you personally. You want the whole system to bleed. You want the kingdom of God to bleed. You want the church to bleed. You want Lighthouse to bleed. You want the church that you belong to, the body you belong to bleed and be destroyed because only you are not happy. And then you paint the picture as if everybody is not happy. If we have 2,000, 3,000 plus members in an organization, 5 of them cannot come and say everybody is not happy. At least give me 30% and I will understand. But I know the percentage that's not even up to 0.005. Everybody is not happy. There are many that are suffering. And God has chosen you to be their mouthpiece. That is delusion. That is deception. If you are now the mouthpiece of God to destroy the system, why didn't God call you that early? And your leader, through whom some of you got born again, that some of you moved from the level of ushers, protocol, we saw you. Level of ushers, protocol, running around when they have not even sent you. When you never thought you had the opportunity to be close. You got so close. You are giving advantage over others who are not even complaining. While some of you were being taken to Switzerland, while some of you were being taken to South Africa, others were going to Pomecrom, driving through forest for miles. We are so ungrateful. We are so ungrateful. Everybody will get angry one day. Everybody can get angry. Everybody can get hurt. Anyone can get hurt any day. The fact that you are angry and you are hurt doesn't mean a whole system has come down. It's a sign of immaturity. It's a sign of immaturity. There are millions of souls that he has taken 30 years to gather them for the kingdom. They should get scattered. Some of them should get backsliding. Some of them should go back to alcoholism. Some of them should go back to fornication, adultery. Some of them should go to all kinds of things because you are not happy. Because you are not happy. Once you are not happy, everyone that has been saved can go to hell. And we think we are exposing the church. Have you finished exposing the devil? Have we finished? We are called to expose the devil, the devices of the devil, to expose them. Have you finished exposing the devil? What was the last thing you wrote about the fetish priests, the occultic people, the enchanters and the diviners who were at the mission site you were sent to? Because the decisions of the system They will not favor you. Not even every time. At one point, everything should come down. Why? Why? We hate to see one of us excel. And that is a Ghana thing, Ghanaian thing. We hate to see one of us excel. Once you are struggling in Ghana, all your friends are your friends. All your parties are your parties. When things begin to succeed, then they begin to calculate who will benefit more. His children and my children, who will benefit? His wife and my wife, who will benefit? You don't pause to recount that his children and my children, whose children suffered. You think your children are suffering? That now you even have money to contribute $2,000 to Healing Jesus Crusade. You have that money to raise. You are able to raise that money to pay. And that become your complaint. Ask your bishop that when he started, when his children were going to school, how things were for his family. The things his own their parents, some of our fathers, the things their parents told them, even some of us. You might not have gotten all that you are looking for. But I tell you, you are better off. And if you cannot continue in that direction, don't destroy what has been built. Don't break down what has been built. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You can insult me, you can say anything, but stop it. This is witchcraft. Your attack is not against a fetish priest. Your attack is not against any other belief that is contending for religious space and spiritual supremacy with Christianity. Your contention is against Christianity. Child. Call one of the giants in the faith, one of the heroes in the faith, you call him devil. Did you ever dream you will get that close? That today, you saw him eat, you sat in the same car with him, you drove with him, he shared fellowship, he hugged you, you hugged him. You had the opportunity to get that close. And when you got close, you didn't see anything Christ, with all the work he has done over the years. You didn't see anything Christ in him. You saw devil in him. I don't know why that eyes that you used to see devil in your bishop can take you. How many of us were happy with our biological fathers and mothers throughout our stay with them? No one. Except they were robots. Sometimes you wish you leave home earlier than you actually left. How the home could be uncomfortable. But today you still celebrate your mother. You still celebrate your father. And men that are worthy of double honor, you strip them of every trait of honor. Because you are not happy. Do we know our members, people we have pastored, pastors that have worked under us whilst we were in station? Do we know how many of them were not happy with us? Do we know how many of them were not happy with us? You didn't see any of your leaders leaving church. You didn't see any of your members leaving church. It was because of you. It was because of the way you talk. It was because of our arrogance. It was because of our disrespect. It was because of the disrespect of our wives, our children. We are not perfect. Our wives are not perfect. Our children are not perfect. And our members saw that in us. Some of them left, but majority stayed with us. Our fathers are not perfect. Stop judging people when you have not been judged. Which structure do you think works better? Have you tested any structure before? You are just funding a ministry. Wait for 15 years, 10 years. Wait for 5 years. Then come back to say you know better than your fathers. That when God blesses you and you have 3 more branches, 5 more branches, 10 more branches, 20 branches, 50 branches, you say because you are a good man and you are holier than your father, every pastor should do whatever they like. You will not structure the system. Things can happen. Everybody can do what they want to do. That's what you are saying. That's what you are saying. That's what you are saying. Your father did not allow you to have your way. So wait. After 15 years, 10 years of ministry, whether you will allow everybody that you have raised, pastors that you have raised, missionaries that you are sending around, you are going to allow everybody to have their way. If you cannot submit to a system, you can't set a system. You can't set a system. And people who leave because they are offended, they don't accept. Can leave a system and say all these things about the church. Hey, the one who even resigned from a collapsing financial institution didn't say all these things about the directors of those institutions. Those who work with fetish priests and God repented did not say all these things about the fetish priest. Why are we like this? People of the church, children of the kingdom, pastors, ministers of the kingdom. It is not individual empires we are building. We are building a kingdom. But God has called people with different characters, different attitudes, different weaknesses, different strength, and He has brought us together. None of us is perfect, but God finds us worthy. And if God finds a man worthy to do His work, who are you to call the person unworthy? Who are you to call the person unworthy? Let any devil that have entered into your heart and your mind leave you alone. Because what you are doing, you are coming against the church. Come against the church. Christ will come against you. Count how the things you are saying, true or not true, count how many souls are going to be lost. Count how many people who are deciding to become Christians and come to church, that you are telling them that we are wizards, we are evil people, we are wicked people. The church is full of immoral people. Our pastors are evil. Or you think you are saying that about your bishop so that we will trust in you? man who raised you is that dangerous, then I'm afraid of you. If the man who raised you is that sinful, then I'm afraid of you. If you were raised by a wizard, a charlatan, if you are raised by the devil, I'm afraid of you. If a devil has laid his hand on you and imparted into you continuously for 14 years, 15 years, 20 years, you have been out of that place for 2 years, I can't trust you. You still need much more recovery from the impartation of the devil. You think you're singing an evil song for your father. You're just exposing your character. Think you are destroying the church. You are destroying your character.